Hello, Metal Nation. It is time once again for Metal Promo Reviews, where we, as in myself, Tim, and Mike, read metal promos that have been sent to us and then decide how many ears we will be dedicating to said item being promoed. Anywhere from 0 to 2, unless you have more ears than I'm not aware of. All right.
I sure hope not.
All right, let's. This is one of those ones where it's like lots of bullet points. So here we go. OLYMP, like Olympics or Olympia, but just OLYMP.
OLYMP.
Classics, heavy/speed metal. Take 2. Classic heavy/speed metal. Debut album, OLYMP, October 13th. The pithy debut album of the German old schoolers. Fervent 80s trip when heavy metal was still young. OLYMP are with much love, dedication, and skill at the start. I'm just reading you what it says. For fans of At Lane, Stormwitch, Running Wild. Genres, heavy metal, speed metal, traditional metal. Time travels straight into the early 1980s. OLYMP is not just a myth, but rather true Teutonic classic heavy/speed metal. Driving riffs in a traditional 80s style will make your heads bang wild. The whole is literally old school to the bone. The roaring bass and striking twin leads will raise even the less, it's supposed to be skeptic, but it's spelled septic, to the peak of Olympus. Bullet points. Or it should say more bullet points. The debut album of the Bavarian heavy metalers, a lively and affectionate homage to the 80s, powerful songs full of joy, dynamics, and dedication. Joy. Since the beginning of 2018, Bucci, guitars, vocals, Andre, bass, Armin, guitars, and Domi, drums, have been working on original songs in their rehearsal room. OLYMP emphasized their ambitions to reach the Olympus of the metal gods by their longtime stage experience and the upcoming release of OLYMP, their 2023 debut album. Tracks: Hades, Death and Glory, Icarus, Hero, City of Gods, Pandora, Fire and Fury, Metal Priest. Running time 38 minutes 48 seconds. And then there's a picture of them at some like Roman column thing. That's it. Usually there's like quite a bit of exposition after this. But
that's it.
That's it. That's all there is. Let me show you.
That gets them points.
Let me show you the picture of them. So it's 4 dudes who are nowhere near as old as you'd expect them to be. These guys were not alive in the early 80s.
Right.
Yeah, well, maybe that one guy.
So, okay. The clear problem here is the name.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. Oh, and here is the artwork. It looks like a cheap comic book cover or a Twisted Tower Dyer album cover. This is very deliberate, in my opinion. Like, this is what they were going for, you know?
Well, yeah, but maybe with a slightly more skill. I mean, it's not poorly, like totally poorly done, but
it looks Hanna-Barbera-y to me.
Yeah, it's somewhat amateurish for the. But I mean, is that a beer by Cerberus?
Let's go back. I think it is.
Why is there beer there?
They're Germans.
Okay.
And shouldn't there be 3 beers?
They're going to the OLYMP concert.
Why?
They're not leaving the OLYMP. But most of them are facing the other way.
Oh, they're leaving. Yeah. So what's with the what's it, Greek? Yeah, the Greek. They love Greek mythology. I realize, you know, like the metal mythology to like is Vikings, Scandinavians. But, and I mean, there are American bands that sing about Odin and stuff like that. It's just a little odd to me that they're going for Greek mythology, even though it's totally arbitrary that everyone likes Vikings, you know? So I'd say Symphony X, beat them to
Right.
Greek mythology by, a few decades.
Okay. Like the thing is, every single review of anything that they do is always going to be like a limp effort by OLYMP. Like it's just gonna.
It writes itself.
You can't avoid it.
Yeah, I can't write it. It's like the only thing limp on here is the name.
Right.
There, you can write a good review.
Yeah, Viagra for OLYMP. You know, it's so easy. I feel like they should have talked to somebody and been like, just do Olympus.
I bet.
Don't do Olymp.
Yeah, I bet that's
Olympus.
Well, let's see if those are taken. We're doing the work for them. Olymp.
Wow, there's only one
Olympus.
on Metal Archives?
There's only one, and they're French. And, it's not like the French are known to give up against the Germans, so Olymp, consider the name Olympus yours.
Jesus Christ.
What?
And then Olympus has an album just called Gods, and all the track titles are just gods. It's just Zeus, Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, Hephaestus, Aphrodite. That's amazing.
I feel like that's low effort. Oh,
but still,
it's either great or terrible.
Actually. It says gods, and it's just gods.
It's like, here they are.
Yeah, it is what it says. Okay, Olymp. The track titles are metal. Death and Glory, City of Gods, Fire and Fury, Metal Priest, Hades. Like, those are cool. But everything else is kind of limp.
So what are you going to give it?
A half ear, quarter of an ear.
I'm going all the way to 1 ear. I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I'll do a half.
Because, we could have another Twisted Tower Dyer on our hands. So.
Fair enough. They really should be. If they were facing towards the concert in this picture, maybe I'd go up to 3/4 of an ear.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in the void, aren't I?
You are.
let me get out of here.
Which is metal.
Yes, voids are metal. Okay.
I get they're interested in the city sitting in a water or a lava fall. I don't know.
They're playing in Hades and
where do you think the parking is?
The river Styx is there, and
how did they get here?
I think it's off. I think you have to pass the three-headed dog. There's a Hydra. How'd the Hydra get there?
If you pan over, is there just a parking garage?
Yep, absolutely. All right.
But it's in Hades, so it's like 4,000 stories tall.
All right.
And the only available parking is on the top.
Next. CABRAKAÄN's metal documentary takes a look at their Mexican folklore genre and its cultural implication, and new album Aztlan, out November 2023. All right, it's spelled CABRAKAA umlaut N. CABRAKAÄN. I assume that umlaut is to inform you to pronounce both those A's. That's my guess. Okay. All right. CABRAKAÄN is a Mexican metal band that is now based in, you want to guess? No longer Mexico.
Calgary,
Canada. They formed in, how'd you know? I know how you knew. They formed in 2011 and have made it their mission to infuse metal with traditional instruments and folky elements. This year, they are releasing an album, Aztlan, and to complement it, have produced a documentary further explaining their musical background and heritage. They share their thoughts on the video explanation. Quote, we hope that it will be engaging to people who aren't necessarily metal fans, who are interested in music and culture. A lot of the music is a blend between our previous releases and stem tracks from our upcoming release. We hope that this helps to tell our story and to get audiences interested in how our album will sound. I need a pause here. You aren't on the episode, or you will not be on the episode. But KK's Priest put out a documentary, and I just want to let this band know that the bar for making a documentary is very low if you go by KK's Priest. So I'm sure this is going to be better.
Oh boy.
So either go listen to that episode that has aired, or look forward to that episode when it will air, because I don't know what order these are going to air in. All right. The overall goal is of the documentary is to showcase the band's story to existing and new audiences. It's about how they use music to hold on to their Mexican cultural roots while setting their foundation in a new country through storytelling in their music, incorporating folk themes and collaborating with Canadians as they weave their cultures together. The film is presented in Spanish with English subtitles and features interviews with professional instrument makers and an anthropologist. In addition to the documentary, this past August, CABRAKAÄN released its music video for the first single, Mixtlan, pronounced Mixtlan, off their forthcoming album, Aztlan. The track details the 9 levels of the underworld in Aztec mythology through which the dead must overcome a series of challenges before reaching their final resting place. Musically, Mixtlan features nylon string instruments to emulate the sound of the vihuela, Spanish guitar, humpback, Mayan trumpet, and orchestral arrangements. The band explains more. Quote, through haunting melodies and thunderous rhythms, Mixtlan delves into the depths of Mixtlan, painting a sonic landscape that takes listeners on a journey through the 9 levels of the Aztec underworld. With its powerful and energetic sound, the song captures the essence of Mixtlan, enveloping the audience in an otherworldly experience. Mixtlan is a concept that is still relevant today in understanding the meaning of our lives. The song contains the musical elements that make CABRAKAÄN who they are, a fusion of folkloric themes, orchestral arrangements, and of course, heavy metal. There is so much more.
Yeah,
let me just. Okay. There is a track list here. Track 2 is Fuego, Fire.
Okay.
And track 8, I recognize that too. So Hochschiedel. There you go. Oh, and they have a couple English versions as well.
Okay. I'd like to point out their band photo, at least the one on Metal Archives. Their new bassist is clearly from a different picture, because the lighting is coming from a different spot on him and not anyone else.
Oh my God. It sure is.
And I find that hilarious.
Hang on.
And also, he doesn't have the caked on eye makeup.
How'd they pull this off?
And it just looks like they were like, "Hey Rex, send us your picture from high school." Like, oh, okay.
That's amazing. They thought they could get away with it, but you called them out on it.
I did. I caught it. Yeah, looking at like the art, I don't hate it. It's a little simple, but I think that's what they're going for. Like I think it's intended to look this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
but it's stylized.
It is stylized. I feel like it could be better, but
yeah,
I feel like it could also be exactly what they were going for. So
yeah, I get what you're saying though. I mean, it looks a little bit like, I don't know, there should be some shading or there should be something maybe a little bit more interesting there, but I don't hate it. I think the logo is pretty cool.
Oh, I noticed something. This is recommended for fans of Nightwish, Epica, and Equilibrium. There you go.
You just totally fucking lost me. God damn.
So now what is your What's your rating?
I'll give it an ear. It was probably going to be like an ear and a half before that.
I'm also in for an ear. This could be great.
Yeah, I'm interested because I don't know that I've heard of anybody really doing.
Yeah, they're doing
something like this.
The Aztec thing. They got Mexican traditional instruments.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a lot of potential here. So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, me hating Nightwish aside.
Well, yeah, I feel like you can't just say Nightwish anymore. You specify an era.
Yeah, so the era from their formation until now, I don't like.
All right. Last one. M Theory Audio. Immortal Guardian set release date for anticipated new album Unite and Conquer, out October 27th. Pre-order vinyl and CD now. Power progressive metal band Immortal Guardian has slowly been teasing their forthcoming album since the spring of 2022, releasing new songs digitally alongside some great music videos every few months. Fans of the band have enjoyed the development and creativity of the album's content and the evolvement into a concept and final work. Unite and Conquer finally has a release date, October 27th, and pre-orders launch today, whatever day I got this email. Quote, we definitely took a new direction with our writing process and overall sound on the new album. Ooh, don't do that. Don't change your sound. That's not metal.
Dude.
We tried some new things Immortal Guardian has never done. But also kept a taste of our classic sound in the process, explains guitarist / keyboardist Gabriel Guardian. No way that's his name. Quote, we were all going through some crazy experiences in our lives while making this album, and I think it really reflects in the music. As we did our Psychosomatic album, we were writing these songs in real time as we lived through these major moments in the world and in our personal lives. Unite and Conquer, like the hailed and successful 2021 Psychosomatic, was written and recorded by the band themselves, with credit going to Gabriel Guardian and bassist Joshua Lopez, who also mixed the album at his Widowmaker Studios. They enlisted the help of artist / photographer Masia Fatahi from Threshold, with further design work by Jobert Mello, Sabaton, Primal Fear, Acid Rain, as well as guest vocalist Ralph Sheepers from Primal Fear and Gamma Ray, and Vicky Sarkis from the Agonist to create a stellar album. For generations, this is a quote, for generations, humanity has longed for a truth, the right to unite what has been divided. We long to be free from all of our differences, genders, colors, nationalities, religions, beliefs, and any other type of separation, elaborates vocalist Carlos Zima. This real freedom relies on our minds and being free from all these fears, repressions, oppressions, and everything else that stops us from being united. In the name of this truth, our voice will echo endlessly. Freedom. It goes on. It goes on for quite a while. I don't think uniting is very metal unless you're uniting because of metal.
There's one, before we get into anything. According to Metal Archives, the band calls their music super metal, which is either great or super nerdy.
I don't like that.
I think Unite and Conquer, the cover art looks incredible.
Yes, it does.
Because there's like two ghastly hooded figures with red rings around their heads, which reminds me of a perverted, depictions of the Madonna with the gold circle. It's the opposite of that. Unite and Conquer sounds pretty metal. There's this looming figure, and it's cracked while these people are going to destroy it.
I didn't even notice the masses of people that take up the entire bottom fourth of the artwork. Picture of the band here too somewhere. I thought there was.
The song.
There they are. Hey guys.
Where are they?
Looks like New York, perhaps.
Is that Austin?
Chicago, Boston.
Maybe Austin. Anyway, the song titles I don't think sound super metal. Ozona, Echoes, Roots Run Deep, Perfect Person, Divided We Fall.
Oh, don't tell
Lost in the
Division.
Darkness.
Division has a song.
Well, I mean, Divided We Fall could contribute to metalness, but it's too like Divided We Fall, Lost in the Darkness, Southern Rain, definitely not metal sounding.
Yeah.
Unite and Conquer, metal sounding. Un Dia a la Vez, which is Day of Something.
The Vez.
Yes. And Rise of the Phoenix. So Mr. Guardian used to be a live player for Power Glove.
Don't like that.
Carlos Zima used to be in the David Schenkel group.
I do like that.
Who's David Schenkel?
Vez means time. A day in the life, I think, is how that translates.
Oh, I see. That's not metal. Yeah, the art. I think these guys are clearly professional because going on Metal Archives, it's like they have apparently played. It's just Aeolian on Prog Power USA 19. So I guess they've contributed to like a Prog Power release or a Prog Power compilation.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of them. I don't know why I've heard of them, but I've definitely heard of them.
I'm more curious. I would say an ear and a quarter for this. Like, it feels like they know what they're doing. Now, I will question their choice to move to Las Vegas as a reason to question whether they are good. Because I can't imagine wanting to live in Las Vegas.
Look at this. Yeah. Yeah, like that other guy. Look at this. Look at the picture of them on Metal Archives. If this is all I knew about the band, I would never listen to them.
I like how the bassist looks really surprised that he's playing the right notes.
Yeah. Let me pull it up so we can discuss this. All right.
Yeah.
So they're at the Zoom way out. All right. So the guitarist is tapping his guitar, which has piano-looking inlays on it, fretboard design, while playing.
I missed that.
While playing a keyboard. No one can. Everyone thinks they can multitask. Well, I'm sorry, you can't. That bassist is in the wrong band. He showed up for ska practice.
It's like the no effect. Oh, yeah.
And then, the metal guys are in the middle. I got nothing wrong with the drummer and the singer, but what is going on? I feel like I'm looking at on on the one side is an outtake from Jelly Jam, and on the left is like a YouTube video for an Offspring cover. It's just like, yeah. So I stand by what I said. But if all I ever saw was the logo, I'd be all in. So I have to split the difference, and I'm going to give this 1 ear, just one.
Yeah, I'm going to say an ear and a quarter. I'm interested to see what they might.
I'll give an extra fifth of an ear for however much they paid Ralph Sheepers to be on it, because I love Ralph Sheepers.
Okay.
All right, is that it? I think that's it.
I think so.
All right. Until next time, Metal Nation, make sure all your band members are playing the same genre.
Cast them down.
It is hilarious. Like the bassist definitely does look like he's having like a way better time than everybody else. Like he's like Dude, this is so fucking awesome.